Oh, sorry.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, everyone. So good to see you.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to start
Brian
in a
Bet.
minute or so.
Thank you for
And I look around, I see some nice colors.
drawing with me.
Yeah. I just showed mine a
Look at
minute
that
ago.
one. Wow.
That was
There it goes.
That's enough for all of us, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to ship it to everybody real fast.
All right. Deal.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So today we're trying to go on Facebook Live with our Ahavah.
She was over here.
Clap for plum.
Testing it out. We're very fancy.
Wait. No.
Right.
And it may be working and it may not. So we'll see. All right. So let me
You
get
are
service. We're going to
forgetting
start. I think a couple of people will
someone-
join us a little later on.
Someone very
And
important.
let's see.
That word very.
Is here.
Isn't it weird?
Mm-hmm.
And today we have Sharon and Chezi are going to light the candles for us.
Oh, now I know who you are thinking about.
And hold on.
Oh,
I'm
no,
actually going to
Mommy.
stop the sharing of the
Remember the
candles because I think
slap?
Sharon and Chezi know the blessing and it would be nice for us to see. So the best way to see them is
Thank
either
you
to
for
put it on gallery view, then you can see all of us.
what
It's
with
right up
me.
on the right hand side, or you
Okay.
can just do
Because the slopper.
them.
Oh my God, that was also a reference? I don't even remember that one.
We're gonna begin the service, but let's start with a little bit of a nigun.
Did you put in your eye? What? Perfume? You put perfume in your eye? God. You put perfume in your eye? Oh my God, did you just spray that in your eye? Oh my God.
Why does she keep putting things in her eye?
Shabbat Shalom. We take a deep breath and then we kind of let it out. And I don't know about you, but this week was a little bit funny. Funny haha and a little bit funny. Not necessarily in a bad way, but just kind of, I don't know, kind of spacey, I guess, right? And now it's Shabbat and we can focus again. We can bring it in. We can just focus on our rest and making ourselves feel better. And if you had a tough week, if you had a hard week, Shabbat is here. This is the time, a moment for us to just enjoy and just relax. We're here together, we're celebrating, and you know, whatever happened, we can just put it aside for a few hours and just enjoy the moment. And so we have Sharon and Chezi with beautiful Shabbat candles, and they're going to light them for us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey.
Now we can put our service up there.
The computer.
And as just a few housekeeping rules, I guess, as we can mute and unmute. I mute everyone for certain things and then ask you to unmute. And let's have Elizabeth, if you could read the responsively, may the doors.
May the doors of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for fellowship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express,
hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness, pride, envy, and enmity.
May it be too high to
admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the door to a richer and more meaningful life.
Amen.
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 And please join us in Yedid Nefesh. Next week, I think we're going to try a different tune, but this week, let's do the one we usually do. Yedid Nefesh, Ahavah and Rabbi Shai, אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו היד ישתחווה אל מול הדרך ידידותך מנוף עצוב וכל טעם. לכו נרננה נריע לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, ברכו מיום ליום ישועתו. ילאי ללאי ללאי ילאי 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 Sing a new song to Adonai, renew yourself, all people of the world. And that's what Shabbat is all about. It's about renewing ourselves. It's about rejoicing. Even when times are tough, even when things around us seem a little bit crazy. And so if we can have, let's see. Who wants to read for us? You can unmute. And who is there? Someone who wants to volunteer to do the responsive reading for us?
I'll read.
Okay.
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi. Arise, my darling, my fair one, come away. For now the winter is past, the rains are over and gone. The blossoms have appeared in the land, the time of pruning has come. The song of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The green figs form on the fig tree, the vines in blossom give off fragrance. Arise, my darling, my fair one, come away.
Amen. And so let's all join now in Lecha Todi. And Lecha Todi is another one of those that just kind of gets us ready for Shabbat. We're welcoming a queen. Many of us have seen beautiful tables. We have candles. We dress up a little bit because we're welcoming royalty into our Shabbat home. And so when we welcome royalty, when we welcome Shabbat, the Shekhinah, God's feminine presence, we really rejoice. We're really happy. And it's a party. And so, of course, we dress up.
חדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. חדודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד שמו תפארת ולתהילה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה פני שבת תקבלה. הדדי לך דודי, הדדי לקראת קהלה, הדדי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. הדדי לך דודי, הדדי לקראת קהלה, הדדי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. הדדי לך דודי, הדדי לקראת קהלה, הדדי פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי. אל יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, פני שבת תקבלה. לך אדוני לקראת קהלה, פני שבת תקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה, ובצולתו אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. Here we go. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת קבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת קבלה. לקראת קהלה, פני שבת קבלה. Come in peace, O divine crown. Come in rejoicing and cheerfulness. Come in the midst of the faithful of this people loved by God. Come, O bride, O Shabbat queen. And please feel free to unmute if you'd like. And let's join in the Baruch Hu. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבים. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. And now as we sing Mi Kamocha by Elim Adonai, who is like you in all of the gods? You do wonders and you do miracles every day. And what is a miracle? Sometimes people ask me that all the time, especially children, but often even adults. And they say, what is a miracle? Is it something that, you say, ooh, can I have a new car? And then poof, there's a new car or a new house? Not exactly. A miracle is a little bit more nuanced than that, and a little bit more subtle sometimes. It's something like giving birth, or seeing a sunset, or being able to take a deep breath and appreciating the day to day. Miracles happen every single day, all around us. And sometimes, most of the time, we're just not aware of them. So if you're ever feeling a little bit down, the week is a little bit tough, just take a moment, close your eyes, and just listen and look, and you'll see the miracles all around. And just like that, Shabbat is also one big miracle. It's a miracle of coming together. It's a miracle of being joyful. It's the act of getting ourselves there and really feeling the moment.
כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא, תהילות תוסף אלה, מלכותך רעובה לך בוקע ים, לפני משה זה אלינו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך לאלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא, תהילות תוסף אלה. נהדר בקודש נורא, תהילות תוסף אלה.
And I sometimes, I don't skip this on purpose. Well, I kind of do. I skip this Uforos Aleinu on purpose, but we will get back to it. But we can read, spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads a shelter of peace over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem. And so, V'shamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat. We talk about that every service. We say the people of Israel, they kept Shabbat, and they knew that that's what's going to save them. That's what saves us. It saves us every single week. It saves us for generations. It gives us a space of peace, of calm, and even in the midst of craziness, and certainly these days we have some craziness, we can still have Shabbat and know that everything will be okay. So let's join them.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. The people of Israel kept Shabbat, and so do we. And there are various ways of keeping Shabbat, and we don't have to get into the whole, all that. We can have a whole class about it. What is observant? What is not? What's considered here? What's considered there? But the Baal Shem Tov said something very interesting, very enlightening actually, is that really Shabbat is in the heart. It's in our soul, and so if we take a moment and we feel it, then we can, we might not be as observant as we think we need to be, but we are observant enough, and we're good enough, and we're even better because we feel it, and it's in us, and we emanated it into the world. And so our Torah portion, our parsha for the week, is Shoftim, and Shoftim means judges. And hold on, okay, keyboard, don't play. And so there's a story about a baker in a small village, and he would buy butter once a week, twice a week from his neighbor, the farmer, for his baked goods. And he would buy, squares of butter, and each square of butter, he asked his neighbor to give him a kilo. It would be measure in a kilo of butter. So each square was a kilo. And one day he's about to bake, and he looks at the butter, and he says, something's off. This does not seem like a kilo to me. And he goes, and it just doesn't seem like a kilo. And I've been, doing this every single week, and I don't know what's going on. So he decided to investigate, and every day he put the butter on the scale, and he would measure the amount of what it was. And indeed, it was always short of a kilo. The baker got so upset about the thief of a farmer neighbor and friend that he had. How is that neighbor, the audacity of him to cheat him of, not give him a full kilo. And so he decides to take the farmer to court. Small claims. It's not a Supreme Court thing. It's just a little dispute. And they get to court, and the judge looks at the farmer and says, look, he has his measurements, he has the, all the things you need. What's your defense? What's your explanation? And the farmer says, Your Honor, I don't really have, I just kind of but I don't have one of those modern digital things that tell. I have like a really old-fashioned scale, and so it's one of those where you put you take an object that is the same measurement as you want. So in this case, a kilo, and you put it on the scale, and then I take the butter and I put that on the scale, and then I measure, and if once it's balanced, then I know it's a kilo, and I give it to my neighbor. And so the judge goes, oh, that, it's a little archaic and doesn't make sense, but I guess it does, but So how do you know, what do you use? How do you know for sure that it's a kilo, right? I mean, how do you know? He said, well, every morning I buy a loaf of bread from the baker over here, and he advertises that it's a kilo loaf of bread, and so I take it home and I assume that's a kilo, and I put it on the scale, and I and then I do the butter accordingly. So you see, Shoftim has a very famous line that relates to this. It's in Hebrew. It's tzedek tzedek tirdof. Justice, justice you shall pursue. And what does that mean? And what do we have twice? What does God have to tell us twice? Justice, justice, tzedek, tzedek. Not just, we get it once. Well, we learn that, yes, there's an aspect of life that we go and pursue justice of wrongdoings, of things that are happening in society maybe, or things that we see around us, and we have to go and fight for them, and we have to speak up about them. But the thing is that often when we blame someone for something, it's really something internal in us, right? The baker blamed the farmer based on something that he really did within himself. And the baker really was the one who was not being honest with everyone. And so the Torah tells us, not only should you pursue justice, you should really look carefully into yourself and make sure that you pursue justice from within. Make sure that before you run around and go tell someone else what's wrong with them and how they need to change and what they need to do to make things better in the world, that you actually looked inside of your own heart and you kind of checked the boxes that you're living that life as well. So that then when you go and you fight and when you pursue that justice, then it's really authentic and it comes from a good place. And are we going to make mistakes? Of course. But if we do it from an authentic place, then it's always a better thing. In this parsha, the people of Israel they're still in the desert. They're almost there. They're about to get into the land of Israel. And they are setting up a system so that they can live as a people. Now they're really becoming a people. Before they were kind of desert dwellers. They were slaves. Now they're really forming into a nation. And a nation needs to have a system. And so they get the system of judges, of police, of smaller courts and higher courts. And I think almost all over the world we have systems like that. There are varying interpretations, but we have smaller courts that we go to if we have a baker and a farmer situation, and then we can go all the way up to a Supreme Court. And we learn that we need that for our society. More importantly, we learn that that's really also a metaphor for our own inner beings, so that we can first create that kind of court system within ourselves, put the checks and balances as we said before, and then go out into the world with a clean conscience, and then really pursue the second justice, tzedek, that allows us to create tikkun olam, repair the world. Shabbat shalom.
Mm-hmm.
And if you'd like to unmute, we're going to do a Misha Berach. And I think that, so if you'd like to say someone's name, now is the time. And of course, we say it for anyone who's sick right now due to COVID or anything else that they have. So if you'd like to say a name or keep it in your heart, this is the time.
My sister Caroline.
Bob Only, Mark Solkov, Betty
Ben Lazarus, Amir Mizrahi.
So join us.
Our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
מי שברך our mother Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. May the one bless those who are sick with complete good health. The renewal of spirit, the renewal of body, let us say Amen. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, מי שברך אמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את כל החולים עם רפואה שלמה, רפואת הנפש, רפואת הגוף, ונאמר Amen. And if you'd like to unmute, and how about if Eileen reads the Amidah for us?
Who?
Can we hear you?
Who?
All right, so someone else.
Who did you ask?
Oh, Eileen? Is she there?
Eileen or me? Ellen?
Oh, Ellen, sorry.
I thought I was looking to see if there was an Eileen.
No, well, yeah, you're
Okay.
And you know, it sounded, and when I said it, I was like, wait a minute, that does not sound, you're reading something else, but you're saying.
That's okay. The Amida, is that what you want read?
Yes, please.
Okay. Praise be Adonai, the God of our fathers and mothers, the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebecca, God of Leah, and God of Rachel. Praise be the source of strength and courage, the source of kindness and good deeds. Praise be the source of greatness and love, of softness and kind words. Praise be the person, echo transcends strength through gentleness. Praise be the person who perfects gentleness through strength. Praise be the person who acts according to the best within. Praised be the person who reached out to touch the best in others. Praised be the gentle faithfulness of Abraham. Praised be the valiant strength of Sarah. Praised be the God who creates the divinity, a woman and a man.
Amen. And let's join in. Adonai שפתי תפתח ופי אגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open our lips that our mouths may declare your glory. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. תגיבור לעולם אדוני, רב להושיע מורינתם. ונאמן אתה להחיות כל חי, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה כל חי. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. ונברך את חודש Elul. May we bless the month of Elul. Elul is here, and that's a very important month. It's right before Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, and it's a month where we really take an accounting of ourselves. We really start thinking about the year that's gone by. We hope that the next year will be much better, and that we can really look inside and be a little introspective about how we conducted our lives and what we can do better, what we can do to make ourselves better, to make ourselves feel better, to make ourselves also reach out to more people and do more good. We call it cheshbon hanefesh in Hebrew, kind of the accounting of our soul, and that's exactly what we do. We do it all month, and then on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur it really culminates and we really kind of think about it. But it's not just a one-day thing. It's not just on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, but this whole month is that kind of a month. It's a month of introspection and a month of really, and it's also a freeing month in a sense. If you think about it, we let go of everything we need to let go of, and we have a chance to really start again, all over again. And so let's together, let's sing Oseh Shalom. We hope that there'll, of course, be peace all over the world, and we see little bits of it starting, and so let's hope that it just continues. Oseh Shalom. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו על כל יושבי תבל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי ואמרו, ואמרו, אמן. And so if we have our Kiddush cups, I saw some really nice ones earlier. This is our time to raise the cup and join. You can unmute if you'd like. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. צברי חבריי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי אלינו קראת ואותנו קידשת לעבודתך, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים.
L'chaim.
Ooh, and I don't know what's in. I don't know what this is, but it's good. And let's join in Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach.
אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שנתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. And let's all read responsively. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of winter, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. So long as they live, they too shall live, for they are now part of us, as we remember them. And if you'd like to mention names, you can also keep them in your hearts.
Leonard Kappelman and Anne Rabinow.
And let's join with the Kadishatom. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה. דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבא מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. And this is a journey, and so let's go on it together. To a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechilach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lech lecha, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechila, to a place that I will show you. Lesimchat chaim, lesimchat chaim, lesimchat chaim, lechila. And you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, lechila. May we all be a blessing. And before we do the challah, and I don't know if Caroline is feeling up to...
no, I
no?
don't think she's up to it.
So I think we're going to have, because Ellen has a beautiful challah. Maybe Ellen will do the blessing in a second. But I wanted to, a couple of announcements. So thank you for, announcements. You sound so shuli. So thank you all for joining us. It's lovely to have everyone here every week. And we're a really nice group. And we grow. Every week we get one or two more people that join us. And then we have them on Facebook and YouTube here and there. And it's really nice. High holidays are coming really soon. I know it's here before we know it. We are working on a lot of different things. And again, if you'd like to take part, some people have already reached out. We are going to just reach out and I'll send you the Sidur and the Machzor rather, and you can see it and see if there's something you'd like to do. What else did I want to say? There was a whole list, and I don't write these things down. I should. But we are toying with the idea of having a Zoom with the rabbi and the rebbits. And so this would be kind of like a personal get to know everyone that's here on Zoom, to reach out. I'm going to reach out. I'll send an email, and you can send us some dates that work for you if you'd like to do that. And just kind of like schmooze, maybe have a cocktail and or have a nosh through Zoom. And, just a fun kind of a thing. We're going to have a slichot service, hopefully, if we can pull it off, the Shabbat before Rosh Hashanah. So I'll send you details, and that's going to be, so we'll have this service on Friday night, and then this is the week before. And then Shabbat, we'll just have a nice slichot service. It's going to be a little bit out of the box, but that's what we expect here.
and then Rosh Hashanah will be the week after. That's also on a Shabbat this year, so that's kind of nice. We're going to celebrate Shabbat and Rosh Hashanah. We won't be blowing the shofar, but we will be doing a lot of different spiritual things and exciting things. I think that's it. Don't forget, if you we have this new Facebook page, as you've seen. Like it, invite other people to come and like it, and still working on creating a group just for us, so a private group, so we can be there, and if we're on Zoom, we can also go there and chat and do a lot of fun things in there. So I think that's it. Let's have Ellen bless us with the challah.
I'll let you hold it in that way. I can hear. Hold it.
Look at that challah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. We all just grabbed a piece. Don't we all want that? We need to figure out a way to really reach through. So thank you, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Let's end with a quick Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you next Shabbat. Be well, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.